Now, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Would you use mirrors to decorate your room?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to use the mirror to decorate my room so that it can add more light to my room. Apart from that, it can make my bedroom look more spacious and fresh, allowing me to feel more comfortable living in my house.
Do you prefer online shopping or in-store shopping?
I prefer online shopping due to its convenience. Online shopping allows me to purchase a variety of items without going out of my comfort zone. On top of that, it offers a fantastic way to get bargains. I often gain good deals through online shopping.
How do you keep your work or study space tidy?
After each working session, I often clean my desk and empty the trash bin so as to create a clean working space. Besides, I also organize the files and books piles on my desk.
Do you think that it is necessary to be tidy?
Yes, absolutely. I believe that it is necessary to look tidy. Um, Staying organized and tidy allows me to become more friendly and approachable in the eyes of other people. More people tend to stick to clean and organized individuals, and I would love to be one of them.
Have you ever posted anything on social media?
Yes, absolutely. I have posted thousands of writing on my social media, such as Facebook and Instagram, allowing me to create a networks circle that I can exchange my ideas without any embarrassment. I enjoy posting a lot as it is a wonderful way to express myself and share my viewpoints with other individuals so that I can gain more perspectives and enrich my mind.
How often do you go shopping?
I often go shopping every twice a week. This frequency allows me to always have fresh vegetables and fruit in my refrigerator, helping me have fresh meals every day. I intend to increase my frequency in the future, but right now I am really satisfied with my current frequency.
Have you ever returned anything you bought online?
Absolutely, yes. 100 times, I suppose. Refunding item is not a thing that I'm proud of. I hoped that this would never happen, but they happen almost every once in a while. making me frustrated. The process of refunding is really complicated, as I had to packed it in a new box and print out the bills and the receipt. And I even have to take the package to the post office so that the shippers can deliver it to the seller. The whole process is quite frustrating, and it can let me down sometimes.
Do you have a favorite teacher?
Absolutely, yes. I enjoy learning with my English teacher. She was not only kind but also generous. She allowed our class to have extracurricular activities in her class. Every lesson of her often gave us a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. We were able to become ourselves and have fun.
Now, I am going to give you a topic, and you will talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Remember to take notes. Please start speaking now.
Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced. The problem was about designing a speaking app for my students. So when I was creating that apps for the students, I ran into a lot of challenging problems. One challenge that made me feel frustrated was the one with the AI agent. So in order to incorporate the agent into my app, I need to connect it to the third-party apps, which was really difficult to do. But anyway, I was able to overcome that problems thanks to the detailed instructions from the Gemini AI. It instructed me to connect to the third-party webs with a code that it generated. At the end of the day, I was able to solve the problem. Even though it was difficult for me, I was proud of myself for being able to overcome it eventually.
Earlier, we talked about describe a challenging technological problem you faced. Now, I will ask you some more questions related to this topic. What can teachers do to stop students from relying too much on AI?
To stop students from relying too much on AIs, teachers should reduce the level of difficulties of the exercises so that children can feel comfortable enough to use their brain and rack their brain to solve the problems without the support of AI. After all, it comes down to the instructions of the teachers, as the teachers tend to deliver difficult assignments to students. Their students may make use of AI in order to survive.
Do you think students are overly reliant on AI?
Yes, absolutely. Students are overly reliant on AI, which is not a really good trend. But anyway, this is the phenomenon that is quite prevalent nowadays, and this fact has been depressed the educators worldwide. Teachers and educators are doing a lot of things and taking a varieties of measures in order to prevent students from being too addicted to AI. But anyway, if teachers and educators don't decrease the levels of difficulties of the tasks, then their students will definitely forever be reliant on AI to survive in class.
How can AI help in our lives?
To make use of AI, individuals should learn how to use it in their daily life. For example, they need to read the instruction and the announcements of the AI company in order to be updated with the AI information to use it to the ultimate. Apart from that, individuals should also share informations with their friends. This is a good way for them to get updated with how to use AI effectively in their real life.
Should children learn to use AI?
Absolutely, yes. Children should learn how to use AI because, after all, AI is our future. We will live in a world where AIs will be prevalent and common and become an integral part in our life. As a result, children should be equipped with AI information and knowledge. But they should be prohibited to use AI in order to train themselves and hone their skill.
How can teachers balance difficulty and AI use effectively? Have you ever returned anything you bought online?
Yes, absolutely. 100 times, I suppose. Refunding items is an unavoidable part in my daily routine during my shopping experience. I hoped that this would never happen, but they happened every once in a while, making me frustrated. Yes, absolutely. 100 times. Yes, absolutely. I suppose 100 times. Refunding items is an unavoidable part of my shopping experience. I hoped to never have to come down to this resort, but it happens every once in a while, making me much frustrated. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I suppose 100 times during my shopping experience. Refunding item has become an unavoidable part. I hoped that it never happened and I would never have to resort to this method, but it happens every once in a while, making me frustrated. Yes, absolutely. I suppose 100 times during my shopping experience. Refunding item has become an unavoidable part. I hoped that it never happened.
How do you keep your work or study space tidy?
To keep my work and study space tidy, I often clean my desk and empty my trash bin. Apart from that, I also empty the files on my desktop to make it look more spacious. I even stack the books in piles and put them on the bookshelves to create a vibe of knowledge. To keep my work and study space tidy, I often clean my desk and empty my trash bin.
Do you prefer online shopping or in-store shopping?
I prefer online shopping due to its convenience. Online shopping allows me to purchase a variety of items without going out of my comfort zone. On top of that, it offers a fantastic way to get bargains. I often gain good deals through online shopping. Toàn bày.
Describe a
Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technology problem I faced. The problem was about the microphone that I used for singing karaoke. So last month, when I was singing karaoke, the microphone suddenly created a loud boom. I thought that it was because of the speaker. However, it turned out that the microphone had something wrong with the motor inside. As a result, I had to put it away and used other microphone. It was a small technical problem, but it ruined our fun and delightment and delight. Anyway, after overcoming that challenging technical problem, I was able to sing karaoke with my friends and family members, allowing me to enjoy the moment and release negative emotions. Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technology problem I faced. The problem was Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced. Last year, I was having a presentation in class. The professor wanted us to use the microphone so that the whole class could hear us. Unfortunately, the battery ran out of the blue, which shocked me as the presentation was really important. Its grade affected the whole semester's grade and the whole GPA. So I was surprised, and I didn't know what to do at that moment, as I was talking in front of everyone, and suddenly I couldn't speak, and no one could listen to me clearly anymore. But anyway, to overcome that technical problem, even though I was really embarrassed, I tried to shout from the top of my lung so that the whole class could hear me. Even though it hurt my throat, and at the end of that session, I had a sore throat, but I was able to make other people hurt me, and it was all I wanted. Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced last year. Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced. Last year, I was having a presentation in class. The presentation was crucial, as the professor would use the presentation point as the final grade for the course. So I put all of my effort and time into this presentation. I devoted my resources and everything I had into that presentation so that I could ace it with flying color. Anyway, when I was presenting in front of the whole class, the microphones ran out of battery. I was surprised because I was really passionate about my presentation without noticing that the battery was weak. When it ran out, I was quite panicked, and I looked everywhere for new batteries, but no batteries was found in any corners of the class or the teacher's desk. Anyway, I had to use my own voice to shout at the top of my lung to deliver the presentation. It was quite difficult, but I was able to overcome it eventually. Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced. Last year, I was having a presentation in class. The presentation Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced. Last year, I was having a presentation in class. The presentation was crucial, as the professor would use the presentation's points as the final grade for the course. So I put all of my efforts into this presentation. I devoted my everything and my whole resources into this presentation. I even went extra miles to create beautiful 3D presentations slides so that I could ace it with flying colors. Anyway, when I was presenting in front of the whole class, the microphone ran out of battery. I was surprised and panicked. I was embarrassing at that time. My face was red hot. I didn't know what to do. I looked everywhere around the teacher's desk to find new batteries, but it was out of vain. Anyway, I had to use my own voice to shout at the top of my lungs to deliver the presentation to the whole class. It was quite difficult for me as I had a really small and low volume voice. But anyway, I was able to overcome it eventually with a sore throat at the end of the day. Let me take a moment to describe a challenging technological problem I faced. Last year, I was having a presentation in class. The presentation was crucial as the professor would use the presentation's points as the final grade for the course. Yes, absolutely. I believe that it is necessary to look tidy. Staying organized and tidy allows me to become a more responsible and trustworthy individuals in the eyes of other people. More people tend to stick to reliable individuals like that, so I would love to stay organized and look tidy. Yes, absolutely. I believe that it is necessary. Yes, absolutely. I believe that it is necessary to look tidy because being tidy and organized allows other people to feel trusted. Yes, absolutely. I believe that it is necessary to look tidy. Staying organized and tidy allows me to become more reliable and responsible in the eyes of other people. More people tend to stick to reliable individuals, so I need to stay tidy just to keep my image. Yes, absolutely. I believe that it is necessary to look tidy. Staying organized and tidy allows me to become more reliable and responsible in the eyes of other people.
Do you have a favorite teacher?
Yes, absolutely. My favorite teacher is my English teacher. She is funny and often tells jokes to lift up the mood of the class. She often allows us to play different kinds of games to feel better and less stressed. This is important as we are all gifted individuals who have to devote most of our times to studying, which is quite stressful. Yes, absolutely. My favorite teacher is my English teacher. She is funny and often tells jokes to lift up the mood of the class. She often allows us to.
How often do you go shopping?
I go shopping every 2 weeks. This frequency allows me to. No. I often go shopping every day after work. This frequency allows me to always have fresh vegetables and food in my refrigerator, helping me create fresh meals every day. I tend to increase my frequency in the future, but right now I'm satisfied with my current frequency.
Reduce.
I often go shopping every day after work. This frequency allows me to always have fresh vegetables and food in my refrigerator,